Full health?
Yes.
What, considering that the past couple of games haven't gone style of play wise that you normally would like to see, a little bit more stagnant and everything, how important is it to see that at the beginning of this game? How important is it to see these guys come out and play, get back to the style of play that was in that winning streak?
Yeah, I think the start of game has been, our point of emphasis over the last few, and hasn't been the same. Defensively at the start, I think teams were too comfortable, and so we want to get back to guarding the way we were, and obviously that translates to offense as well. So that's something we talked about coming out of the break. I think it was okay in Brooklyn, but definitely Detroit and Indiana, the starts weren't the best. I think it was too easy. We lacked physicality on the defensive end early and got these teams very comfortable, and so that's what we talked about today. We've had a nice progression guarding Atlanta over the 3 games and guarding them better each game. And so obviously got to carry that over tonight, especially based on the last 2. So want to come out and focus on that end and translate into offense for sure.
Do you feel like there's like some sort of hangover from the winning streak and the All-Star break and time to kind of like, I don't know, celebrate the fact that you've gotten back on track? Is that taking the focus away?
No, I mean, there's some natural momentum that's going to, get killed off, I guess, by All-Star break, by the break in general. Like I said, it looked like we really came out focused against Brooklyn again in the first game. So the first game back, and then the last 2 weren't the same. And so I don't know if it's hangover. What I did say to the group was we have to create our own momentum. If there's a break that stops it and get back to playing the way we were, we've seen what makes us successful. And like I said, when you give certain teams confidence at the start, it can become hard to guard them down the stretch. And so I think that was the case with Detroit and Indiana.
I was wondering your thoughts on Matt Ryan and what you think he ran. You've talked a lot about adding shooting. Seems like a guy who can shoot it pretty well.
Yeah, that's the thought behind it. I think when we had the spots and availability, a big part of that was obviously going to be shooting and guys we could target down the line. And so similar to Sam Hauser signing initially, someone that's obviously shot the ball at a high level recently, played great in the G League, and then carried it over to USA basketball where he had some good games. And so once he became available, we were targeting, with Sam being converted to full-time, we were targeting another shooter, and he fit that mold.
I know today's the deadline for guys to get waived to be eligible for the playoffs. We've asked you about it a bunch already, I know, but do you anticipate exploring buyout options, or do you kind of, you look at the roster and say we're okay?
We can explore it for sure. It's we have 2 guys on 10 days right now, so some flexibility as far as that. And unless there's something that comes out of the woodworks, I guess, that we haven't really heard about, it feels like we'll stand pat, but you never know with the deadline today. So that's what we're always monitoring, and adding shooting was a big part of it. And we'll see the names that come up. But like I said, there's some that have been floated out there. Unless there's a surprise, we'll see.
You mentioned a progression defensively against these Hawks. Facing them for the 4th time, what challenges do they present, and is it any different than the previous 3?
Trae Young, first and foremost,
Yeah.
Obviously coming off a big game against Toronto. When they play with pace, we really guarded them well in transition last time. And I think our physicality has gone up with them, our understanding of how to guard him and keeping bodies on him and size. That's improved. And he had 30 points, but 26 shots last game. So we actually defended him pretty well. And then the others, a lot of times we let Bogdanovich and Herter get going at home in the first 2 games, and Gallinari, I think they hurt us in the post. And going into game 3, we wanted to up our physicality and kind of take away some of these post-ups, and I think we did a great job of that. But it all starts with Trae Young.
And when it comes to Peyton Pritchard, has the rhythm that he's found, is that something that you've seen behind the scenes? He's just kind of putting it out there, or is that just, do you think, a matter of getting more playing time?
Well, he's the guy that's in the gym the most, early and late. He's a gym rat. We all know that. And I've seen Peyton forever, going back to high school, so I know him well, obviously. He was the guy I was least worried about it all comes down to opportunity, obviously, and taking advantage of it. But he was a guy who was very confident, and we've had some discussions that, being patient and, continuing to work and stay ready for these opportunities. And obviously when Dennis and Josh left, that opened up some minutes. And so I was never worried about him. He got frustrated at times when we had talks about it, but to his credit, he stayed professional, stayed ready, and continued to work. And I don't think anybody inside is surprised at all.
Then finally, did you get a chance to watch Jaw last night? And tough not to look ahead to the next one for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, saw the highlights and saw the numbers, and so, but he's been doing that all year, and so we're worried about this one obviously first. And what I did tell the team was we had a solid February that could have been better. March is going to increase the level of competition. Let's continue to build on what we're doing, and it starts with tonight, but have some high quality opponents and personnel coming up, and we'll worry about that in a few days. But yeah, it's hard not to notice the way he's been playing, some of the things he's been doing.
Did tie the franchise record for winningest February, for the record.
No, good, nice.
Wrap it up right there. Thank you, Coach.
Better than solid was my point.
Nice.